Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me tonight. So I'm going to explain what BlaBlaCar is doing and also maybe share some thoughts about the platform regulation debate, which is really the hot topic at the moment. So as you probably know, BlaBlaCar is a French-based company which was founded in 2006 by Frédéric Mazzella. We are now in 20 countries. We just launched Brazil yesterday, and we're very proud because Brazil, as you can imagine, is a huge opportunity for BlaBlaCar, and we believe that we can really make a difference there. We are now close to 25 million members, so it's a pretty impressive community that we now have, and which proves how successful a very simple idea can actually be. So the model is, as I said, is very simple to understand. We're a long-distance ride-sharing platform, meaning that we connect drivers going to a specific destination with passengers going in the same direction. And the idea is for drivers really to offer empty seats in their car and offer people to travel with them and share the costs of the journey. So we're very different from other models that obviously a lot of people are talking about. And it's important to understand because there is this idea of the sharing economy as a unique concept, but in fact there are many different realities, many different models and concepts in the sharing economy family. So as far as transport is concerned in particular, BlaBlaCar is different from other types of taxi-like apps. So typically we're not an on-demand service, meaning that it's not a client calling a driver to take him to a specific destination, but rather a driver going in a certain direction and offering other people to join the ride and share the costs. Also, BlaBlaCar is mainly used for long-distance journeys. The average trip with BlaBlaCar is 330 kilometers, so we are clearly not an intra-urban transport solution. And then, as I said, it's a cost-sharing based model, which is really, really key to understand. So drivers using BlaBlaCar do not make any profit. And as it's really key to the model and to the way we operate, we make sure that drivers do not make profit and enforce this principle. And the main way that we do this is that we recommend a price that the drivers can increase or decrease, but only within a 50% limit. And then the number of seats that as a driver you can offer is limited. So this is a way for us to make sure that people do not make any money outside of their use of the platform. Trust is really key to everything that we're doing, and it's not because we don't have legal obligations around trust that we don't do anything. On a platform, on the internet generally, you cannot do anything if you cannot trust the people that you're going to transact with. So we're really doing everything we can so that people have know each other and know that they will be able to do something together in a safe manner. So we collect obviously a number of information on our users. We also offer a reputation, a rating system, so that drivers can rate passengers and vice versa. We also verify a number of information which is provided by our users. We offer a ladies-only service, so women wanting to travel with other women only can do so. We intermediate the payments so that drivers get their money only once the travel has occurred. And then we have a partnership with AXA to offer additional insurance to our users. So we have a positive impact not only on mobility and transport, but also on a number of other things, as Vicky mentioned earlier. First of all, we increase choice for consumers. We offer a more affordable transport solution, increased mobility. 54% of the people using BlaBlaCar say that they are more mobile thanks to BlaBlaCar. We're also creating routes which did not exist before because there are routes basically which are not being served by the traditional transport infrastructure. And with BlaBlaCar you can basically go from point A to point B directly. Obviously, because there are less people, more people in the car, there is less traffic on the road, less CO2 emissions, so we are very proud of the positive impact that we have on the environment. And we also found that we have a positive impact on road safety, because when drivers take people on board, they actually drive more safely, because they feel responsible for the people who are driving with them. So we're also very proud of that. So in terms of the platform regulation debate, obviously we look at the sharing economy mostly in terms of opportunities. We're not saying that there are no issues at all, that there are no concerns, but we're saying that we should start with the concerns first and not necessarily with a solution. So that's why Vicky was saying earlier that we shouldn't try to solve problems which do not exist. So first, let's look at the issues very carefully and understand what's the best way to solve them. Also, we often hear that platforms are not regulated. We do not agree with that. We're already subject to a number of regulations. Whether these regulations are adapted is another question, but there are already a number of things which exist in terms of consumer protection, data privacy, tax, etc., that we already comply with. So, on one thing on competition, we now start to see, in the name of competition, proposals which we believe may be dangerous. In particular, I'm thinking of open data and portability of data. So we hear that it would be good for competition basically to force companies to open their entire system and share all of their data with everyone outside. I think on principle, it's a great idea. It's great for users to be able to switch easily from one platform to another, but in practice, it can really create issues for companies like ours because data is really at the heart of everything that we're doing. It's our value. So require us to open everything and to share everything with everyone does not make any sense. So really a balance needs to be found between what makes sense for the users and how to make their lives easier, but at the same time protecting companies and not forcing them to share what's really at the heart of their value.